This guitar is pink and it's awesome. This is a PRS SE Custom 24 in a beautiful Bonnie pink. How is it? Let's check it out. That Bonnie pink. I don't know who Bonnie is. Bonnie and Clyde? Is that the... Hey, how's it going? I'm Landon. Welcome to my channel. I'm totally new to PRS. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and like the video if you do like this video. If you're not new to my channel, you'll know that I'm completely new to PRS. Until this guitar, I'd never even really tried one. Paul Reed Smith founded PRS Guitars in 1985. That's it. That's as much research as I've done. PRS is an acronym for Paul Reed Smith. They took the P from Paul, they took the R from Reed, and they took the S from Smith. Maybe you're already seeing signs of laziness in my research on my part. At least from what I've seen so far, the guitars are anything but. The attention to detail is really impressive. So this is gonna be a deep dive review video, and you can use the timestamps if you want to check out all the different sections. We're gonna do a bunch of different things. I usually save my thoughts until the very, very end. This time I'm gonna say it up front. This guitar is pink and it's awesome. Why do I think that? We'll get into that in the video. So this video is gonna be broken up into a few different parts. We'll start off with a quick walkthrough of the guitar. We'll just go over the specs quickly. Then we'll get into the guitar, we'll open it up, take a look inside, take all the measurements, get all the specs, everything, all the nerdy stuff that I like to check out. Then we'll hear the guitar, I'll play some different tones through it, and then we'll come back at the end for a summary and pros and cons. Also, if you're looking at getting this guitar or anything from PRS, take a look in the description. I will have affiliate links, they help out the channel. I also have guitartricks.com if you're looking at learning guitar online. Okay, let's start off with a quick walkthrough of the guitar. We'll just go top to bottom. As I mentioned, this is a PRS SE Custom 24 in a Bonnie pink. Starting at the top, Paul Reed Smith SE, and it's got the custom on the front. On the back, built by Cortec Musical Instruments Co. Indonesia. So this is made in Indonesia. Got PRS branded tuners. We'll get into all the fine detailed specs later on, but I'll just mention a couple things here. It's a rosewood neck. See the bird inlays, 2 humbuckers, and a 3-way toggle switch. Floating trem system here. It does do coil splitting. You can turn these humbuckers into single coil tones, and we'll demo that later. It's got a push-pull option on the tone. So yeah, volume tone. Looking at the back, it's a mahogany body, maple neck, and you've got the 2 cavities there. One for the electronics, the other one for the trem system. So there we go. There's a quick walkthrough. Let's get into the deep dive. So here we go. This guitar comes with a really nice gig bag. I thought it was worth showing off, so we're gonna take it. And the guitar is actually inside it right now. Somebody else pointed this out to me. It's got a hook in the back for hanging it on the wall or on a door or in your face or whatever you want to do with it. Somebody pointed that out to me, so thank you very much for whoever that was pointing it out. Comes with a couple maintenance tools here, some tags, warranty, basic stuff. And here we go. Let's take it out of the bag. It's held in there really nicely, so I would trust the gig bag to protect it. Here is the trem system. See how it just slides in? It's really cool. I don't know how that system works. It's the first time I've used one of those. And just some close-ups here of the Bonnie pink. And you know, it's personal preference, right? Some people might not like the look. I really like it. I think it's unique. It's really bright. It's in your face. And here's the back. And now let's go into more details. Let's take the weight of the guitar. Just putting it on my food scale here. Here we go. Kilograms 3.358, and that's 7.4 pounds. I really like the weight. It feels really nice and light, but it feels like it has some body to it. Here's the pickup resistance measurements. This is the neck, 7.48. Neck and bridge, kind of halfway in between, 3.90. Trying to catch it in the light. It's always reflecting. The bridge, 8.03. Nice and hot pickup. After making this part, I realized I forgot to do the pull on the tone control. So here it is with the single coil style tone control pulled. There we go for the neck. Here's the middle, neck and bridge. It's pretty much cut it in half, and then you can see here for the bridge control. almost exactly in half. If you take a look at the numbers, you let me know. Is that exactly 50%? Okay, here we go. Let's open up the cavities. There we go. It's kind of like a heart shape. Fully shielded on the back, you can see. Kind of like a boomerang, basically. There we go. Yeah, works like a boomerang. Here's inside. Have a look at the electronics. Got full-size pot here. Alpha, made in Korea. And just getting some close-ups so you guys can take a look. And here's a cap, a 181. I don't know what that is. Here's the controls. It's kind of a cheaper switch, and but it feels pretty good. It is cheaper, but it feels all right. Now inside the trem system, let's pull that open, take a look. And I took everyone's advice this time. People are like, take the screws off before you pull the plastic off. I'm like, I like doing more work though. I like making it harder. Anyways, here's the inside. There's the block. You can see it's got the ground wire connected to the claw. And yeah, just a close-up. There we go. And something new I've started doing in my videos is the neck measurements. So here's at the nut, 1.6, and then we'll move along down the neck at different frets. You can see here it goes up to 1.8. I don't have a preference. I don't really care about the nut size. A lot of people do though. So there we go, 2.0, again, closer up. Is this at the 12th fret, roughly? And then where the body meets the neck, 20 or 2.1. So there we go. Now just enjoy the show, and I'm gonna go over all the specifications. The body has a top wood with a beveled maple top with flame maple veneer. The back wood is mahogany. The neck is 24 frets, has a scale length of 25 inches. The neck wood is maple. The neck shape is wide thin. Fretboard wood is rosewood. Fretboard inlay is birds. The hardware consists of the bridge is a PRS patented tremolo molded. The tuners are PRS design tuners. Hardware type is nickel. Moving on to the electronics, they use the word treble and bass instead of neck and bridge. So the treble pickup is an 8515S pickup. The bass pickup is also the same. It's an 8515S pickup. The controls, volume and push-pull tone control with 3-way blade switch. There are also 4 different colors. Of course, you're seeing the Bonnie pink in this video. There's also black gold burst. There's charcoal burst. And there's also a really nice faded blue burst. Now overall, fit and finish is awesome. I did find this one blemish. Take a look here under the nut. It looked like there might have been a gap in the rosewood fingerboard, and they just kind of filled it in with some kind of glue or something. So cosmetically, it looks terrible. I don't see it when I'm playing because it's underneath and it's on the opposite side. So it was worth pointing out though. I point out all the stuff I find. So there we go. So now let's hear how it sounds.
There we go. I think that's pretty much as detailed as I can get. Hey, if I missed any specs, any information you want to know, leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to answer that. This will be the wrap up and we'll talk about my pros and cons. So let's get into the pros. Before we get into the pros, if you do want to see the original unboxing video, check it out. I'll put it in the cards. I got it from a music store in Quebec through reverb.com. So let's start with the pros. Outstanding setup and playability. Now, I don't know if out of the box they're set up this way, but I did buy it from a music store, so they may have done a setup. Anyways, the setup is awesome. It's super easy to play. It has a great feeling neck. I was kind of concerned about the glossiness, but it's actually not sticky at all. To me, the stock pickups sound pretty good. If you know my channel, I don't have a ton of humbuckers, so I don't really have much reference to compare it to, but they sounded overall pretty good. And with the split, pretty versatile tones. You can get some really good rock tones, and the single coils allow you to do a lot of different options as well. The fit and finish looks really good. Really impressed with that. I will mention one thing, one blemish I found in the cons in a second. The tuners feel really good, really high quality. They kind of remind me of Fender tuners with a bigger head. I was also impressed with the gig bag. The gig bag was super impressive. That's the second gig bag I've had recently that was really impressive. I got one from a Godin guitar recently and it was also really nice. I'd trust it in a gig bag like that. All right, now my cons. Not too much, a couple things. The styling and the color may not appeal to everyone. And why is that a con? Because if you bought this guitar, you might have trouble selling it. How many people are gonna buy a Bonnie pink guitar? I would, but I know a lot of people wouldn't. So that might be a con. So kind of the resale. Right off the bat, I knew the PCB switch was a little bit cheaper, and I was correct. When I opened it up, I could see the cheaper electronics in there. Otherwise, it feels okay. But it's just something to mention. It's not your typical higher end electronics that you'd find in an American model. And they gotta cut costs somewhere, right? Now here's the one thing I didn't discover until I did a lot of close-up photos. And I probably mentioned it earlier. If I didn't, mention it again. There is, I'll do a close-up. There is a blemish right under the fretboard here. It looks like they filled it with some glue or some kind of something, I don't know. So it looks perfect as long as you play it this way and you don't look underneath. I would never notice that unless, you know, if I was playing it, I would never see it. So out of sight, out of mind, it doesn't bug me. Things like that don't really bug me if they don't affect the performance. And there we go. That's my pros and cons. Overall, I already mentioned I love the guitar. I mentioned at the beginning, the guitar is pink and it's awesome. So would I recommend buying it? Yes, I would. And that's coming from a Fender Tele. I don't know if you want to call me a fanatic or just a fan. Fender Telecasters, that's my thing.
and I really like this guitar. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them below. I'll be happy to answer them. As always, play guitar and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.